Hello, good afternoon students. In the last video we have seen the difference between the microprocessor and microcontroller. In this video we are going to learn the silent features of 8051 microcontroller. The features explains what is inside the microcontroller. So we are going to know that where we can use this microcontroller or what are the applications we can design using this microcontroller. This is very early stage, but at least we should know what is inside this microcontroller. So that is called silent features of microcontroller. We are going to study 8051. So it is 8-bit CPU, means we have studied the 8085. It is also 8-bit microprocessor. The 8-bit CPU means arithmetic and logic units are able to perform addition, subtraction on 8 bits. Similarly, data bus width is also 8 bits, so it can transfer data to memory and from memory 8 bit at a time. So that is why it is called 8-bit CPU. Its capacity is to perform 8-bit arithmetic and logic operation as well as data transfer operation. The ARM is 16-bit and 32-bit version is also available. But it has on-chip clock oscillator, so we just have to attach a crystal circuit and we can have a clock oscillator. Normally it runs up to 12 megahertz, but high version is also available, 16 megahertz and so. It has internal 4K program memory, code memory. Here it is written ROM because it is 8051. So if we go for 8751, it has EEPROM. If we go for 8951, then it has EROM or flash ROM memory. The EEPROM can be erased by ultraviolet rays. The EROM can be erased by electrical voltages, and we can reprogram it. Flash is a faster memory. We can erase it faster and reprogram it faster. 4K, it was almost many applications can be designed using a program of size of 4K. Yes, most of the application, our application is about 1K or 2K or 3K programs. We can control motor speed, we can display on LCD of 7 segment using 1K or 2K programs. So what I mean to say is 4K memory is almost enough for the small size of projects. Most of the industrial control can be possible within the 4K. It has 120 byte of internal data memory that we can non-linearly use. We can use it. We can use random. We can store in some address and then another address. Sequential storing is not required. So that is why it is a random access memory. We can store it randomly. We can read it randomly, and it is a volatile memory. So it is erased when you switch off the system. You can also connect, if you require, external memory. So size of external memory we can interface is 64K byte. We can here connect 64K EEPROM as well as 64K RAM. We can connect program memory 64K, and also we can connect 64K data memory. We cannot connect 128K, but different 64K, 64K for RAM, 64K for EEPROM we can connect. So sometimes students, they ask the question, what is the addressing capacity of 8051? The addressing capacity, external memory can be interfaced with, or addressing capacity, or how much external memory can be interfaced. That can be asked to us in an exam. So answer is, in 8051 the 64K program memory and 64K data memory can be connected. Both simultaneously can be connected. It has 32-bit I/O lines. That means you can connect 32 input device or 32 output device, or maybe 16 IO device, input device, 16 output device. For example, if we want to connect only LEDs, we can connect 32 LEDs. If we want to connect only switches, we can connect 832 switches, or 16 switches and 16 LEDs, like that. These 32 lines are divided in 4 ports. Each port has 8 lines, so we can call it 8-bit port. We have 4 8-bit ports integrated in 8051. So this is a very important feature, because in 8085 we have to connect external IO ports, and this requires additional space and additional hardware. But in this case 8051 has internal 4 ports, so you can directly connect LED or switches or motor circuitry, control circuitry to the pins of 8051, port pins of the 8051. For high current device you require drivers, but for normal LED switches, 7 segments, you can easily connect directly to the pins. So how many ports 8051 has? 4 ports. Port 0, port 1, port 2 and port 3. Port 0, port 1, port 2 and port 3. 4 ports, IO ports available with the 8051. In total, how many IO lines? 32 IO lines with the 8051. It has 2 16-bit timer. Timer are also used in many industrial applications. Timer and counter. For example, if you want to count the number of tablets tablet counting machine, then you require a counter. If you want to count number of products, then you require a counter. If you want to make some system on for certain amount of time, then you require a timer. So timer and counter are used in many industrial applications, and hence in 8085 it is integratedly given 2 timer 16-bit timer counter, which can be used in the different modes, and we are going to study in little bit detail in a chapter 2 or 3. It is also has serial communication facility, full duplex serial data transmitter and receiver. Right? So general purpose registers. Yes, it has accumulator, NB register, and also it has 4 register banks. This is some little new concept, but we can say that it has 32 general purpose register, 8 register in a bank 0, 8 register in a bank 1, 8 register in a bank 2, 8 register in a bank 3. So we have a 32 general purpose registers as divided into 4 register banks. At a time we can use only 1 banks. So if I am using bank 0, then bank 1 and bank 2 and bank 3 we are not using it. The register names are start from R0, R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, R6, R7, like that. So total 8 register in a bank. And what we have? 4 banks. Bank 0, bank 1, bank 2 and bank 3. Similar to 8085, it has 16-bit program counter, and stack pointer is also there, but it is 8-bit, not 16-bit. Program counter is 16-bit, stack pointer is also there, but it is 8-bit. Another 16-bit register available with 8051 is called data pointer, DPTR, data pointer register, which is normally used for the external memory. to take data from the external memory or data transfer with the external memory, we use a DPTR. DPTR is also hold the address of the external memory. When we are going to use the external memory, we are going to learn how the external memory interface with the microprocessor. At that time, DPTR comes into the picture. But at presently, it is a 16-bit register in microprocessor, DPTR, which has two parts, DP high and DP low, DPH and DPL. The DPTR can be divided into two registers, DP high and DP low. And normally it is used as 16-bit register. We have program counter is 16-bit. So the question can be asked, how many 16-bit register? So there are two, PC and DPTR, not PC and SP. Please take care that in 8085 there is a PC and SP, but in 8051 the PC and DPTR are 16-bit register and stack pointer is 8-bit. It is also program status word, which is we call flag. It is a 8-bit program status word, or we call it as a flag. It has 5 vector interrupts, in which the reset is not considered, but another 5 vector interrupts are there. We know what interrupts are in 8051. But here the names of the interrupts are different than 8085. 2 timer interrupts, 1 severe interrupt, and 2 external interrupts. In that way, we have 5 interrupts: 2 external interrupts, 2 timer interrupts, and 1 severe interrupt. RU is most probably similar to the 8085, but this ALU can perform multiplication and division also. So in 8051, 2 additional instructions are there, multiply and divide, and so it is more powerful than the 8085 in a way. Actually, we have talked about the 4 bank of register. That are the part of the internal RAM. Actually, these registers are not separate from the RAM. We can use 128 byte of RAM, or we can divide the RAM into working registers, bit addressable memory, and general purpose memory. 3 different divisions of the 128 byte of RAM are already given in the 8051, and we can use as a 128 byte RAM, or we can use the 00 to 1F, that is 32 bit as a working register. Next 16 bytes or 128 bits can be used as a bit addressable area. That is, we are also going to learn in a next chapter. And from 30 to 7F is the general purpose memory area. So our RAM is divided into three parts, and this RAM architecture, RAM organization is also an important question in 8051, and that we are going to study in detail in chapter 2, where we are going to study the architecture of the 8051. The part of the architecture is 128 byte internal RAM, and that is we are going to study it. Okay, so hope you find useful.